so happy that we have the amazing gift of 4 partial scholarships from the British Malaysian Society and Institute of Democracy, Economic Affairs, Ideas. And, it has helped 4 kids come to this course. Without these scholarships, they wouldn't be here. And we are so happy that the chairman of the British Malaysian Society is here, Dato, who is also a special advisor to Ideas. So these are the 4 certificates for the 4 kids. And I think photos were taken of 4 kids. There's some reporters somewhere around, some photographers. So I'd like to hand them out one by one to each of them. So first one is Kwan Jing Shun. He's backstage. I'll explain. Kwan Jing Shun is 9 years old. He got the scholarship for the 2 youngest students. Q Chi Jing is also 9 years old. So they have the amazing quality of youth, I would say. Q Chi Jing. Han Chu Kwang.
Good afternoon, boys, girls, parents, teachers, everyone. And thank you for being here. And I'd just like to say a few words about Bobby and about the Academy. And you've also, you've heard that I'm representing the British Malaysian Society, which very few people have heard of. I was talking to someone at lunch who goes to Malaysia a lot but has never heard of us. So, and I'm also involved with a Malaysian think tank, which was founded as the Malaysia Think Tank London by 3 Malaysians some years ago. Any of the parents or teachers who are in Malaysia on the 7th of February will be celebrating our 5th anniversary. If you read, we are based, we have a mission which I won't bore you with the details, it's all in there. And we follow Tunku Abdul Rahman, who was the founder, Prime Minister of Malaysia, very well respected. You will also, because I thought the blurb, the write-up on the British Malaysian Society and ideas was rather boring, so you will also have a book. They're actually the same book. Some of you will have the original book looking like that, which was printed in England, and the other one, which was printed and published in Malaysia by Ideas, is that slightly thicker book. The one which, the original one printing, I think has my wife's card in because, or should have, because she doesn't appear, her name doesn't appear in the introduction, but it's in the other one. And the reason I thought you'd be interested is that my wife and I are very involved in a number of different projects in Malaysia, all, I'm afraid not really to do with music, but almost all to do with education and poor people in Malaysia. We have this book in one of its forms. We have sold over 1,000 copies, probably more like 1,200 copies, to raise funds for feeding refugee and stateless children in Malaysia. And we recently established, my wife is a teacher, I should add, say Andrew Mayola, her name is in there, recently set up a learning centre in Pudu, which is in the centre of Kuala Lumpur, for poor Malaysians, stateless and refugees. Mostly the initial soft start, 24 students, most of them were Burmese, although there were others from Afghanistan, Pakistan, Syria, Somalia, and so on. And we are hoping to move into our new building in March, when we will gradually expand to about 300 students. This is really more for your parents, for those students. Some of it is quite traumatic. It's experiences of refugees going from Burma or Myanmar to Malaysia over the last few years. But I hope you at least will find it interesting. I think you've also, Bobby has mentioned that you have all received a message from Chris Sire from the Malaysian British Society, which is a sister organisation based in Kuala Lumpur, a sister organisation of the British Malaysian Society. And I would just like to highlight one or two points on here, which is much better put than I would ever be able to put it. I think you're all obviously familiar with the Winter Piano Academy, so I won't go into that, but I think this couple of paragraphs. Although he would be the last to talk about it, Bobby is an outstanding example of what the Yehudi Menuhin School produces, and as Malaysia's greatest world-class pianist, is someone that the nation is truly proud of, not only because of his amazing skills on the piano, but also because of his character and the personal standards that he sets himself and had learned during the 2 years that he spent in the very surroundings that you now find yourself in. He is a role model to us all. I'd just like to say a bit about Bobby. Bobby thinks that he's only known me for 8 years, but I think it's more like 12 to 14. A long time ago at the Netherhall Institute. Sorry? Netherhall, it's in London. Bobby, together with Jane Mei Yi Fu and another pianist, gave a concert, and actually did it several years in a row. And I think that was back in, I would think that was about 13 or 14 years ago, but my memory is not as good as Bobby's. Anyway, we were very grateful to him, and obviously we've heard him play on a number of occasions since, including at the Philharmonic in Kuala Lumpur, in the Twin Towers, which some of your parents may have been to, or you may have been to. And also Bobby and his wife and small baby visited us at our home in Kent about 2 years ago. So he is an amazing person, and I think, and I know all of you must be very grateful that he has arranged this for the third time, and no doubt, Bobby, you'll be continuing every other year, isn't it?
Yes.
So tell your friends, or your musical friends, and no doubt we'll see some of them here again. And I think, although I know some of you have your parents here, and some of you have, I think, the one or two teachers here. And by the way, I should have said welcome to there are two of you from Indonesia and Singapore.
Yes.
And Singapore is particularly close to my heart because I was born there. So I'm particularly welcome to both of you. But I think the last paragraph, particularly for the parents, where Chris Sire, the Secretary of the Malaysian British Society, says, "I cannot end without also commending the parents who have encouraged and also sacrificed much to give this opportunity to their offspring, indeed, as he will tell you. Bobby's own parents gave up their livelihood to make that first trip to a strange and sometimes unfriendly environment, but today have seen the talent develop into a person recognized throughout the world of music as one of the very best. And we thank you for that from the bottom of our hearts." So thank you, parents, thank you, teachers, and thank you to all those at the school here who have made this possible and contributed to your learning and music here. And I brought a friend, a young 11-year-old friend who's sitting on the right here, Emily, who's staying with us for Christmas. And she and I will be looking forward to listening for the next 2 hours, I think until the break, to all of you playing. So enough of me, and I hope I haven't spoken for too long, but I'd like to just end by wishing those of you where it's relevant a very happy Christmas. You've probably seen my Father Christmas tie, and also season's greetings and a very happy New Year in 2015. So on to the music, please, and thank you. We look forward to it. Bobby is very modest. He didn't want to come here and have his photo taken, but I think all of you realise that without Bobby, none of us would be here today. Strongly supported by his wife, yes, who is in the wing.
came in car and came home here in 2010. He's now doing the conservatoire. He's now Royal College of Music.